Hey there, good morning. It's still morning. How are you all doing? It's Jane from Surface Anthology and Chalk Mercantile. I hope that you guys are well. I wanted to come on today, and actually before I do that, you're probably getting used to me looking for the link for my lot, and there I am. Copy link. In this way, people on my texting app will know that I'm live. There we go. So I hope that everybody's well. I wanted to share one of my really, for me, it's an important tip, but it's a really useful tip when working with milk paint. And I absolutely adore milk paint. I absolutely love it. I use it all the time. I'm a Miss Mustard Seed milk paint stockist or retailer, and I love it. I love that it's a pure, natural product, and I can create really authentic paint finishes with it. But sometimes we get into a situation, and I've been in it a lot, especially when I was doing a lot of custom painting, where you'll get, see that shine there, a piece of furniture that is really shiny, and no matter how much you kind of, sand, the paint just doesn't stick. And sometimes actually I just don't want to sand down the piece. That's really what it's about. I don't want to deal with that. Something like this would be, I would look at this and be like, milk paint isn't the natural paint to go on this. But either I wanted to do milk paint or my customer wanted me to paint their piece in milk paint. So I've got to make that work. And again, when they're paying me, they're going to have to pay me a lot to sand down this entire piece of furniture. And, I just don't want to do it. So I discovered, and I don't remember how I discovered this. I've been doing it for years, and I have no idea. It might have been when I was looking for a way to block staining. When you're painting a piece of furniture and it bleeds through the old finish, or the tannins in the wood bleeds through your paint. And that's probably how I did it. And I discovered people were using Zinsser Bulls Eye Shellac. And this is an all-natural product. I really think they make it from the wings of beetles or something like that. But it is an alcohol-based product. So I have to wear a mask because it gives, it really is intense. But I swear by it. And there's no other product that I have found as good as this one. So I use Zinsser Bulls Eye Shellac. I use the clear shellac, because if I am distressing, or if maybe some paint chips off, which I love when that happens with milk paint, I don't want to see white underneath. I want to see the wood. So that's something to be aware of. They do have a really nice white shellac also. But I use Zinsser Bulls Eye Shellac, and I'll show you why. So I did a test. I love my tests. So here's a piece. This is what, I don't know, birch plywood or something like that. There's the shiny side. So I did just a little bit of a sand just to kind of key the surface a little bit. And you see how much is chipping, and it's still chipping. It's just chipping away. The milk paint, I have two colors on here that I layered, and they're just not sticking. And even though that's, it's really pretty, that is not a usable painted finish. So what I did is I just brushed on a coat of Zinsser Bulls Eye Shellac, waited for it to dry, and it's usually pretty quick. And look at the texture you get. And I didn't sand this or anything, by the way. I just put the Zinsser right on top of this shiny finish. And look at this really cool finish I got. So that is why I use the Zinsser. I still get a really, really unique, super textured milk paint finish, but with absolutely no, chipping off, nothing. This is really stuck here. So that's my little tip of the day. Give it a shot. You can get tiny things of Zinsser. A little bit goes a long way. You can get spray on shellac, which is easy. I would just, again, be careful, wear a mask. We're all used to wearing masks now. And to put it on, I just use these little chip brushes. I'll use one per session. And if I'm gonna do 2 coats or, I'm touching up, when I'm done putting on the first coat, I'll put this back in the little plastic envelope it came in. And when I'm totally done, I take that off. I let this completely dry, and then I throw it away. So that's why you don't use a good brush for this, because it's, if you're gonna get into washing and stuff, you're dealing with solvents, alcohol, and it's just gonna be a mess. So you guys, give that a shot. When you face this kind of shiny surface and you really want to use milk paint, but you don't want this to happen where it's all coming off, as you can see, try the Zinsser Bulls Eye Shellac Clear and look at that. And if I wanted to at this point, I could distress this with some sandpaper. When it was first put on and dried, I could have done a nice wet distress or a hemp oil distress. You can certainly do that, but it's a really, really neat way to get a beautiful milk paint finish. So that's my tip of the day for you milk paint lovers. Give it a shot. And of course, for everybody else, Zinsser Bulls Eye Shellac is really good for sealing wood that is bleeding, it's staining, it's coming up through the paint. Because let me tell you, if you put on a coat of paint on a piece of furniture and you see bleeding and you think another coat is going to seal that, or 25 more coats is going to seal it, it won't. That will find a way. Like with pine knots, they will find a way to come through. You have to seal them. And this is what I use for that. So that's it, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day today. Any questions as always, ask me in the comments. And to shop for milk paint, you go to chalkmercantile.com. To join my membership, you go to surfaceanthology.com. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day. Happy painting.